Welcome in. Sit back, breathe into that root chakra. Sink into the earth, sink into the ground. You are safe. We're finding peace. I give myself permission to connect with earth energy. I connect with truth. I connect with the flow of de-stressing. How does that feel? Hang on, I'm just sharing with a few more people. I give myself permission to breathe as I move. I give myself permission to open up. Opening up that central channel. I move with intention. I move with purpose. I move with peace in my heart. I am safe and protected by divine white light. I'm protected by divine energy. Let me use some spray on my hands, clear a bit more energy. How is everyone feeling this Wednesday? Welcome in, Jared. How are you? I protect my peace. Thank you, Jared, for liking the live. I protect my peace. I protect my sovereignty. I protect my purpose. I am good. Thank you for asking. Come in and let's pull some stress out as we dive into this tranquility, because we've got Pluto in retrograde. Pluto goes retrograde. You know, it's not uncommon for it to be retrograde, but right now, Zen 2, thank you for liking the live. A lot of people are feeling it really hard. A lot of masks are dropping. Whether they're good or bad, the masks are just coming off, because we're walking through this door together to be a more authentic society, be a more authentic earth together. And thank you so much, Zen2, for liking the live. So it's definitely stirring up a lot of feelings for everyone. It's, you know, causing a lot of contemplation on a level that we're not quite used to, but we're gonna get through it. We're going to be tranquil, meet it with grace, meet it with openness, and become more authentically ourselves. So breathing in, breathe out, pulling your stress out of your body, pulling your stress out of your energy. I give it over to the universe. I come here to be complete. Oh, I like that. Whoever needed that. My current fave artist is dropping a song called Masks Off on May 22nd. I'll have to send it to you. Yes, Rain, I love that. And I'm telling you, that's gotta be divine timing too. Like, even if they maybe don't know about Pluto retrograde and, you know, haven't necessarily consciously acknowledged what's been happening, because I'm sure that song's been in the works for a long time. Like, it's so fascinating how things line up. Our energies understand it before we consciously understand it. Hello, Jackie, welcome in. How are you? Oh, Lauren, I love that. She's becoming a senior babe. Aww. And thank you for liking the live, Rain. Pulling out more stress. Breathe. Breathe through all of this. I am here to dive into the unknown in comfort. I am here to dive into the unknown with bravery. I am here to dive into the unknown in the driver's seat. Thank you for consenting. Oh my gosh, Katie. Or oh my gosh, not Katie. Welcome in. We need to pull something out of the upper stomach. Thank you, Timothy, for liking the live. Welcome in. Going to the upper stomach. I believe in my ability to be myself. Now, for some of you, that may not resonate just yet, but it's going to. I'm going to get her a balloon at Dollar Tree on Friday. She likes to watch the move when the fan is on. I love that, Lauren. That is so sweet. And thank you, Liberal Book Hugger, for liking the live. Welcome in. So breathing in again, breathe out. I believe in my ability to move through my authentic rendition. So interesting that the word rendition is being used, but let's go with it. Let that energy, let those waves of those words go through your body. I authentically move as myself. Ooh, I let my energy move as the ocean moves. How are we feeling? I feel some stuff bubbling up in the heart. We will get to the heart. Again, you are protected in this space. Once you come in, you are protected by divine white light. Reiki is flowing through you. Divine channeling is happening. The archangels are here. Your guides, your spirits, your ancestors, your loved ones are here to help the collective move. Oh, okay. I give myself permission to be hopeful. Oh, there's another piece to this. To be hopeful that the authentic version of me is liked and well received. I'll let you have that one, but we're gonna go deeper. Thank you, Holding Pause, for liking the live. I saw her staring at my balloon when the fan was on. Oh, Lauren, I love it. And thank you, Lauren, for liking the live. And anyone who I haven't seen, because names pop up fast, thank you, Beanie, for liking the live. Thank you all. All right, so I said I'd give you that first statement because the universe says you needed it. And we always do what the universe says. Thank you, Melissa, for liking the live. But I want to go beyond that. I don't want you to be focused on, thank you for the Go Populars, Dylan, welcome in. I don't want you to be focused on, and thank you for the heartbeat, that your authentic self is going to be liked by other people. I don't want that to be the driving force. I don't want that to be the filter through which you put your personality and your energy, right? So let's go behind that. What is causing that fear? Spirit universe, how can we move this and make this more empowering? Ooh, I declare that my authentic self will be the most comfortable that I've ever been in my skin. You're fine, Dylan. You're okay. And thank you, Dylan. I guess I've been like unconsciously participating in some of that because it'll like add rewards to my thing. And I'm like, I don't know what I did, but cool. Like, I guess I did something that gave me a little extra money. I don't know. And thank you, Beanie, for liking the live. All right, again, I give myself permission to slip into the love of being completely, utterly, honestly, fully comfortable in my skin as I am, even with all of my perceived imperfections. How does that feel? Take a breath into the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Someone or someone's are feeling like, well, what if my imperfections are used against me? Here's where you reclaim your power. Thank you, Dylan, for liking the live. Here's how you reclaim your power. You own them. You say, everyone has imperfections. I have imperfections I'm working on. I am human. I know who I am. I know my morals. I know the ground on which I stand. And it's okay that I may have work to do. If you can stand solidly in that, if you can be confident in that, no one can take your power away if they call something out about you that you're working on. Thank you, Liberal Book Hugger, for liking the live, and Beanie. And honestly, if someone's doing that, that's a low blow, right? If you are actively working on something, you are actively trying to improve, that's just a low blow. And that's an argument way below what you need to engage in, right? Reclaim that power. Reclaim that you stand on the higher ground when it comes to that. All right, opening up heart and throat is where we're going. Ooh, something's got to clear. Ooh. Spirit, what needs to be cleared in the throat? I give myself permission to release the fear that I won't speak correctly. I talked about this in a previous live, which I don't think I have reposted to YouTube yet. Lives do get reposted to YouTube, not always on time, but they do. They get reposted there. We talked about how the energy of your words is more important than the words that you're choosing. And thank you, Dylan and Beanie, for liking the live. So I want you to erase or really put in the background of your mind the idea of like every single word has to be right. It has to be the most poetic string of words. It has to be the most eloquent string of words. And let the energy behind it be the power. So it can be the quote unquote simplest words you've ever chosen. People understand energy before they understand your sentence. Does that make sense? Especially those of you who have been in these lives a lot. Do you not feel that? Do you experience that? Like, oh, I'm not thinking about the sentence so much first as I am about what it made me feel like. Is that tracking? So breathe in again to that heart and throat. Breathing. Breathe out. Thank you, Dylan, for liking the live. I allow myself to understand that my words are powerful because of their vibrations, because of the truth that I put behind them, because of the feeling, because of the honesty, because of the authenticity. Throat chakra is feeling clear, but I want to clear it some more. We could all always use more throat clearing because we're speaking to a lot of people, through various points in the day or, just in life in general. So it's always good to keep that throat chakra clear so that you feel understood. You feel like you have conveyed what you needed to. So going deeper into the throat chakra, almost said throat chakra, don't know why, but anyway. Going deeper, and thank you, Joy, for liking the live. Welcome in. Ooh, I understand that the only way through this path of life is through the voice, is through expression. How does that feel for some of you? For some of you, that feels like something that is really being shaken. That is something that is just like it's awakening something. It's shaking the ground you're standing on. The only way through is through the expression of your voice, the expression through your throat chakra. Ooh. Asking Spirit what's needed most next. Oh. I release the fear that I will reveal too much about myself. It's coming off of the back. How many of you feel like you might reveal a bit too much? You still feel a little guarded. Like, oh, I've got to keep certain things really secret. Oh, Melissa, let's move this. I've talked about this in my group. Thank you, Emily, for liking the live. I've talked about this in my channel group that I have running. And I mentioned to them, I was like, you do not have to go out on the street. Thank you, Emily, for following. Welcome in. You don't have to go out on the street and proclaim everything about yourself. Put every mistake that you've ever made out there. Put every imperfection out there. This is not what I'm telling you to do. Oh, Lauren, I am not telling you to go be the confessor. That's not it. What we're trying to do is make your energy softer. And like I mentioned earlier when we were in the throat, is if something comes out, if someone tries to use something, if someone, tries to shake your foundation about yourself, you are able to roll with it. You are able to relax. You're able to respond. Does that make sense? So going back into the back, let's go deeper. What exactly about this do we need to move? How we need to move this, Spirit? Anger. Sasha, welcome in. How are you? This feels like releasing anger that was thrown onto you from someone else by letting more of your truth out. Does that make sense? So I release from all spaces and places anytime anger was thrown at me for expressing what I actually felt, what I actually thought. I give it back. This is not meant to reside in my energy. This is not meant to control my energy. My ex always told me no one cared about anything I said. Still working on this. Melissa, I am so sorry. I am so, so sorry. And unfortunately, they probably felt that about themselves. And the only way that they knew to deal with that was to project it onto someone else. I am so sorry. And thank you, Sasha, for reposting. Going deeper into this anger aspect here. Oh, releasing anger towards yourself. I release the anger that I will not like how I expressed myself. I will judge harshly, just kind of like how we were talking about in the throat. I will judge harshly how I let the expression of myself out. Remember, if I'm expressing myself in a way that feels honest, in a way that feels true, there is no messing it up. It's all an opportunity to learn. Maybe next time you'll want to say more. But it's never incorrect when you're operating from honesty. Does that make sense? I still want to do a little bit more on this anger aspect. Clearing, universe, spirit, tell me how much more we need to do, how much further we should go into this anger aspect. I release hostility towards my own self-image. Whoa. Why is there hostility towards your own image, though? Thank you, Liberal, for liking the live. And anyone else I've missed, thank you. When I'm trying to pick up on another message, I don't always look exactly like I might look like I'm looking, but I'm kind of not, if that makes sense. But definitely when I'm looking down, obviously I can't see. Oh. I release the misconception that I am imperfect. This very human, this very worldly idea of being imperfect. I release the reins that I have had on myself to be so tight about the space that I operate in. Releasing that here and now, opening this up, softening this. You're not going to mess up moving outside of the confines you've been in. I've been experiencing some bullying lately, so I relate. Healing lady, I am so sorry. Welcome in, take in this healing, let these words, the vibration of these words resonate. This is the universe giving me all these things to say, to move through you. These words help untangle, up-level, move all through. Oh, here's a judgment component, but this is coming from external judgment. I release any fear of being judged when I start operating out of the confines people are used to seeing me operate within. I feel like everything you say is me, Beanie. That's why we have crossed paths, because the universe was like, hey, you need to come hear this. This is for you to up level. This is time for you to have some peace, to have some tranquility. Thank you, Holly, for liking the live. Let's work a bit more on moving outside of your confines and dealing with judgment. For some of you, it may be very similar to me. I moved back to my hometown a year ago, a very small town, where there are still some very strong ideas about what you should believe and how you should believe it. So I'm not the only one who has similar beliefs to me, but I'm one of few in this town. So I feel for some of you, that is something that needs to be released. Maybe you feel like you're in a space, thank you, Holly, for following, welcome in, where maybe you don't feel like expressing yourself is going to be well accepted. And truthfully, might not be. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't, and it doesn't mean you can't. And it doesn't mean it won't feel good, and it won't be everything that you've dreamed of, right? Because with learning how to express yourself comes learning how to deal with those who even unintentionally will send energy your way because it itches them. It itches them energetically. It makes them feel things they haven't wanted to feel, or they don't want to acknowledge, right? So let's get into it. I give myself permission to up-level in the exploration of me. I up-level in the discovery of truth within myself, bringing in gold and light. Why does TikTok think I'm naked on live? I don't understand. But anyway, thank you, Beanie, for liking the live. All right. Bringing in golden energy. Hang on just a second. I just have to submit feedback. Like, bro, this doesn't make any sense. Okay. Bringing in golden, flowing, honey-like energy. So as I say those words, I want that feeling to come behind it and pour over you. The truest expression of yourself is going to bring tranquility beyond what you can maybe conceptualize at this moment. A lot of times in this energy healing, I say for my regulars who already know, just when you think you've discovered a layer of something, there's like an infinite amount of layers beyond it. The universe is ever expanding. This energy is ever expanding. There's always another layer you can dive into. So sometimes it's just something your mind, it just can't even dream of. There's no frame of reference for it just yet. So when I speak about this tranquility, when I speak about this peace that comes with, really authentically standing in the truth of who you are, what you believe, and how you operate, those are just words right now. They're words we know, they're words we can kind of understand to a degree, but we're going into a feeling that's deeper, something that words really truly can't fully describe. So let's start sinking into that feeling. Let's start getting deeper into that feeling. We're gonna go on a visualization journey. Love it. Okay, take a big deep breath in. Breathe out. You are floating down a little river. It's like just perfectly big enough for your body. There's a little room on each side, and you're kind of like winding. There's curves, winding down this river. Your hair is flowing behind you if you have long hair like mine. There are trees on each side. The water is so blue. The grass is so green. The air is so perfect. And all of a sudden it empties out into like this basin of water. And you just float in this basin of water, but you peak as you're floating. You peek at what's around you. This is going to sound strange, but go with it, because there's always a meaning, a reason why the universe says to do the things we do. As you're peeking, you notice there's mountains made of honey all around you. You can smell it in the air. Oh, and there's even a light, like fragrant flower in the air. Almost like a lilac is what I would call it. Breathing in this rich energy, breathing in this rich fragrance of honey and lilac and violet. Oh, lots of purple. Purple is like the crown chakra energy, third eye energy, intuitive energy. And then we're connecting with the sacral and solar plexus chakras. As you breathe in, this fragrant smell like hits you right in the stomach. And it starts opening, especially in the sacral chakra, the sense of self. Thank you, Dylan, for liking the live. The sacral chakra is what I like to call the center that really like houses your personality, or your expression of your personality. It houses your fire, it houses your sexual energy, it houses your sensual nature. It houses a lot of power and expression. I allow myself to, again, go with me, give over my power in the moment and sink back and release into openness. Thank you, Abby, for liking the live. Just letting yourself surrender for a moment, because you're in this beautiful safe space. Surrender to letting all of you come out. Thank you, Pictures, for following. Welcome in. And thank you, Gabrielle, for liking the live. Everything you've ever felt about yourself, everything you've ever thought, all of your opinions, let it all come out right here. There's like words flying out of your mind. I can hear voices chattering. Anything you've wanted to say recently, maybe too, let it out. What you think about your body, let everything come out. Put it all on the metaphorical table as you float here, surrounded by these mountains of honey. Sinking more deeply into that feeling of, oh, this is me. This is who I really am. This is like how I flow. This is how I operate. How are you guys feeling over there? I feel like we need to clip this for sure and make it a clip like on here and Facebook and TikTok and all that. I sink into releasing all of who I am, all of me. Thank you, Dylan, for liking the live. I'm going to take more stress off of your shoulders as you keep leaning in and relaxing into this. Are we starting to feel better? Starting to sink into that deeper layer of, oh, this is who I am. This is who I'm meant to be, how I'm meant to express myself, how I'm meant to flow. And there's nothing to worry about right here. I know our human minds tend to want to flip back to, thinking about logistics, thinking about, other people. But right here, there's nothing to worry about. Thank you, Dylan, for liking the live. Here I can exist in a space of tranquility. Oh, I feel someone's anxiety coming up just a little bit. Let's get that. What is the root? It looks like a rock. What is this rock of anxiety coming up? Let's address it. Okay, so it's literally a rock, and I'm hearing throwing stones, and I get it. I hear you. But why are you feeling like this? Cassidy, welcome in. How are you? But it's you throwing the stone. Why do you feel like you're throwing the stone? Spirit, can you go deeper? Why are you showing me them throwing the stone? Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so I'll quickly run, and anyone who's been hopping in, we are currently floating in like a big, I call it a basin of water. So we floated down a river, and now we're in this basin of water, and we're surrounded by mountains of honey. I know that sounds interesting, but if you want to take your mind there, floating, surrounded by honey, you can smell the honey, you can smell violet, you can smell lilac. Oh, healing lady, yeah. But it also, thank you, Dylan, for liking the live. It feels like, and I'm hearing this question, but if I authentically express myself, what if I like throw a stone at someone? What if my expression of myself accidentally throws a stone at someone and breaks their glass house? Thank you, Cassidy, for the roses. So interesting. Okay, I get it. Authentically expressing yourself, thank you, Cassidy, for sharing the live, is gonna burst some people's bubbles. It's just gonna happen. You're not doing it on purpose. When you are just living your truth, it's just going to happen. When people see you just be who you are, it's gonna cause feelings to come up in other people. You are not going to have any sort of bad luck because of that, because you are not meaning to do it. You are just living as you. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to be seen. You are allowed to live your fullest expression and love every minute of it, okay? You are not meant to guard other people's feelings at risk of your own. Does that make sense? Just sit with that for a second. Again, there's nuance to everything we talk about. I know, I think we're all adults here, you know, I know. But you are not supposed to dim yourself because it may rub someone else the wrong way. Thank you, Canton, for liking the live. And again, you are not going to have anything bad happen to you because of it. When you are operating from truth, when you are walking honestly hand in hand with the universe, there's nothing bad to be sent your way because of that. How are we feeling now? I feel like that stone is pretty much gone. We could do a bit more clearing. So let's do just a bit more. Spirit, what do we need to know? How do we need to move this? Some of you are very, very wrapped up in other people's feelings and what they may feel about you. Or you worry about how you may unintentionally make them feel. So let's, I guess, talk a bit further into that. You, again, cannot be responsible for everyone else's feelings. There is no way to please everybody. There is no way for you to do everyone else's healing work. You can only be responsible for your own. Are you hearing me? Thank you, Krista, for liking the live. Yes, you can care about people, and you cannot want people to be hurt. You can, want for people to be happy, and you can want to not affect people while you're on your own spiritual journey. But it's going to happen from time to time. And again, you just living as your authentic self is not doing anything to anyone on purpose. People just witness other people living, and it's going to evoke emotion. And again, you're not responsible for managing that emotion for them, okay? I know this is something we all know, it's something we've heard in some form or fashion, but sometimes we need to talk about it in channel to move it even more, to unlock it, untangle it even more. Thank you, Cassidy, for liking the live. All right, feeling more at peace as you open up yourself. How is it going? Thank you, Morgan, for liking the live. Oh, Cassidy, I'm so glad. I'm dealing. I'm getting to let go of control, so this is helpful. Good, healing lady. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's just float in this tranquility for a moment. Soak it up. Thank you for the heart me too below. I feel like it's been forever since you've been in here. I allow myself to float in tranquility. And this is going to sound interesting, but I resist resistance. Let that just vibrate. Resistance is not the vibe tonight. It's moving with the vibration of the universe. How are you? How have you been? We've had changes in here since you've last been here. The energy is like constantly evolving, constantly upgrading. It has upgraded since the last live that I've had, so things are going to be shifting, and yeah, more things are on the horizon. Riley, how are you? Welcome in. Hang on, I got you on again. My own energy is making me sleepy. Thank you, Dylan, for liking the live. Oh, I love contagious yawning. It feels intense, yes, two below. There's definitely been an intensification, and it's going to continue to intensify, for sure. It's time. And there may be some things that get introduced that may shock a bit more. It's nothing that, well, how should I put it? It's not a new way that I've ever operated in before when it comes to the structure. I'll put it that way. It may be new for some people who don't know that I've operated in this way before, prior, or structured things this way before. But definitely the energy is going to be brand new. It is brand new. So yeah, just be ready, everyone. Trust your energy, trust yourself, trust when you feel even friction. I'll use me as an example. I work with several other healers, and I said on Monday night, I'm so glad you're here for it. I said on Monday night, if your healer doesn't have a healer, get another healer. If your coach doesn't have a coach, get another coach, whatever it is. And it's so true, because if you are working with someone who just puts themselves in a box, they don't want to, they're not willing to be the teacher and the student. They're not willing to, grow, move on. But anyway, what train track was I going on with that? Oh, this is the train track. Thank you for the fairy hide. That was so cute. Thank you, Tupelo. I have one healer in particular that I work with, and every time I go to work with her, I feel friction. And she knows it, I know it, it's nothing new to either of us. But I always I want to revert and hesitate. I want to be like, oh, well, let's do a session some other time, or, we'll work together some other time. And it's because she is one of the healers that up levels me the hardest. Point of me telling you that is when you feel that friction, that's another tell from the universe. That's another indication from the universe. That is a thing that's going to push your ass further than it ever has. So, tidbit of information for you. Leona, how are you? Welcome in. How are you feeling? And I sent you another message on Telegram as well. I don't know if you've checked it yet, but a little message for you and some support for you. I hope you are feeling good. This is a good night to come in. I would definitely rewatch this replay. I'm going to actually tonight, when I get off of here, committing myself to scheduling the replays I haven't posted yet. So you'll get a few every couple days for the next few days. Oh, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. And whenever you have time, listen to that message. But I'm glad you're feeling good. Get out of that funk and let's move. Thank you. Is it Mikhail for sharing the live? And thank you, Loveless, for liking the live. All right. Going back to the throat for a minute, and thank you, Leona, for you posting and sharing. My arm is hurting. What is happening here? Like from the elbow to the wrist. Could it be carpal tunnel? Maybe. I work on a computer all day, but it's not exactly what that feels like. It's like something energetic is happening here. What is up? Oh, okay. Is it healing, lady? Yeah, this is so strange, and I'm getting pushing. Oh, what we were just talking about when I was talking about the friction I experience before I work with this one healer of mine. And I'm hearing like, what if I push so hard I break? No. Not in this work. Not in this capacity. The universe is not going to send you something that breaks you in the way that you're thinking. The universe may dole out lessons that do kind of break you down, but to rebuild. They're not to break you down and leave you there. That's not how the universe works. Never has been, never will be. So when you feel that friction to that next up level for yourself, thank you, Leona, for liking the live. You are not going to break. You are not going to crumble. You're not going to, I literally see this arm cracking like glass and then turning to dust. That's not going to happen. You are always going to be rebuilt. You are always going to have your eyes opened. It may take a minute to understand. Oh, Leona. Again, it may take a minute to understand. It may take a minute to come to the realization of what has happened or what, was being given to you, but it always will come. Oh, Leona, yeah. I'm definitely one of those that, my intuition, the way the universe communicates with me a lot when I need something is the feeling of friction. Thank you, Riley, for liking the live. Because I'm one of those, like, I wear Moldavite like all the fucking time. I'm one of those, like, I need to feel real strong to get the message. So friction is a very strong emotion for me, and that's why the universe uses it to communicate with me. So a lot of you may be very similar in that way, like you, Leona, like, we need that big push to really get the message. Like, oh, this is spirit speaking to me. Okay. Like, oh, I really do need to do this. So, also, there may be those of you who are like, okay, well, how do I know it's good friction versus bad friction? So if something is truly not for you, you're gonna have like that, what people call like that sixth sense. When you just feel something very unsettling, there's that unsettling component to it that is missing when it's that friction that's trying to like get you to reprogram something. Does that make sense? So it may, still be irritating to you, but you're not gonna have that like that sick feeling of like, oh my God, you know, something really bad is going to happen. Like that doesn't exist in that friction. And thank you, user, for liking the live. You may sit and you may worry and be like, you know, you may be doing math in your head. Okay, well, how did the logistics work out? You know, what I mean by math in your head is just like, well, how does the plan go? That may happen. That kind of worry may happen, but not that gut, that very primal feeling when you know something's not right or aligned. Does that make sense? And thank you for reposting, user. And thank you for liking the live. All right, how are we all feeling over there? We've gone to some crazy places tonight. The energy just continues to move faster. We continue to go deeper. We continue to address these bigger topics that just the world is needing right now. And that's how I like to move. Good, I'm glad you're feeling better. I like to go big. We're going big, we're moving, feeling lighter. Good. I'm so glad. I want everyone to really experience this feeling of peace and tranquility as we continue to move, especially through the next few days. As we continue, Pluto retrograde takes quite a long time. It's longer than Mercury retrograde. I think Pluto is going to be in retrograde until October, so buckle up, babes. But we as a collective need to really sink into the fact that we're on this journey together right now. This isn't just, you know, sometimes during, like, for instance, Mercury retrograde, I use it because it's one of the most popular retrogrades that people tend to like really notice. For some people, they just sail right through it and they're like, whatever, you know, I don't feel like there was really a lesson for me this go around, so I didn't feel bad. For Pluto retrograde, this is really hitting the majority of people. Not many people are getting to escape the feeling of Pluto retrograde right now. But again, it's nothing to be afraid of. This is just a deepening of your authenticity. That's what it is. The masks are coming off, whether they're good or not, because you can even wear a mask that's good. You know, you know, it's not something that's detrimental. You're just not letting yourself fully come out. You know what I mean? So everything's being stripped from us right now. We're energetically very naked at the moment, and we are realigning all together. So you're not alone in it. We're all on this train together, and it's going to be okay. Just breathe. Come back to the center of tranquility as we float through this Pluto retrograde. We need it. I want that to be at the forefront of your mind. We need it. We need to be able to see each other more authentically and operate more authentically. And that's also, of course, going to weed a lot of people and situations out. It's going to do it quick. It's going to do it big. But again, it's nothing to be afraid of. As long as you operate from truth and you are not trying to be malicious, you have nothing to worry about. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about what others are doing. Again, it's for them to deal with on their own time, on their own terms, and you're going to be okay. Thank you, Leona, for liking the live. I'm on again. Man. Hope everyone gets some good sleep tonight after all this. Thank you, user, for liking the live. I know I am ready to crawl into bed. Gonna put some fresh sheets on and make it nice and cozy. just relax and breathe. All right. Let me start tucking you in nice and snug. You can be whatever kind of energy burrito you want to be. If you want to set the intention, I'm hearing for a lot of your energies, restorative energy. Be a restorative burrito. So focusing on really nourishing and nurturing yourself. Of course, that's a good thing for everyone to do. Tucking you in nice and tight. Thank you for the heartbeat, Courtney. All right, and how are you? We are just wrapping up, but I'm so glad you got to come in for this last bit of energy. You're so welcome, Lauren. Let me wrap you up, seal you up, and I use Reiki symbols to do that because that's the basis of my work, and I always use it. Oh, my face is itchy. All right, good night. Good night. Good night. Maybe if I can press the button. Good night. Oh my gosh, I did.